And we now continue, but we will wrap up this part of the conference, ladies and gentlemen. And as we do come here and wrap up the 2022 WTTC Global Summit here in Saudi Arabia, don't forget that you can view any of our content. If you've missed any of the sessions, you can watch them on the virtual platform until January the 1st, 2023. That's when all the photos taken, of course, over the course of the summit will be found under the section More. And we would like to remind you, do stay here, don't go anywhere. After lunch, the ministry will host the Next in Travel event from 3 till 5 p.m. And I will continue to be your master of ceremony. And we had fantastic guests for you, ladies and gentlemen. We have Jeffrey Sachs. We also have Paul Polman, who's there in the front row. I've just seen him. Also the former president of Mexico, Felipe Calderon. A very exciting lineup after lunch. And it is now just time to say goodbye. Actually, it isn't really masalama, it is ilalika, my favorite word. We'll have some closing refreshments. They'll be available on the terrace. But it has been my pleasure to be your MC over these past 2 days. And now it gives me great pleasure to hand you over to our fantastic host. Please welcome the Minister of Tourism from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Excellency Ahmed Al Khateeb. Welcome to you. Thank you. Shukran.
Dear friends, they asked me to close this forum. I don't want to close it. And I would like to ask you to stay more days in Riyadh. It has been a great pleasure to have you spend so much time together over the last 2 days, sharing ideas, discussing the future, and building partnerships. What a huge honor it has been to host this magnificent event. I am proud to represent Saudi Arabia on this stage as Tourism Minister. But it has been only, this has only been possible because we have done it together. There are so many people I must thank. Firstly, Arnold. Thank you very much. Arnold, you built a deep relationship with the kingdom and its people. Thank you. Traveling 3 times in the last 18 months. Next year, Arnold, you must make it 4. Julia, my friend, for your tireless work in building this vital partnership between the public and the private sector and bringing us together here in Riyadh. And I have to mention Gloria, Your Excellency. Where is Gloria? You was instrumental in securing Saudi Arabia as the host for this year's summit. During your term leading the WTTC, thank you. I hope we deliver in your belief in the kingdom. And of course, the team that made this happen, please stand up. MT staff, WTT staff, STA, TDF, our partners. We have to give them applause. Without all of you, none of this would have been possible. Thank you. You have my thanks. Your commitment has delivered the largest ever global summit with over 8,000 registered participants and millions of followers online. The very highest level of speakers, from former UN Secretary Ban Ki-moon to former UK Prime Minister Lady Theresa May, to name a few. We have welcomed 55 government ministers, building our promise to build bridges between the public sector and private sector. Over 250 of our top CEOs and more than 60 ambassadors and diplomats. We thank you all. We thank you all for making this time to be here with us in Riyadh. We have enjoyed hard-hitting panel sessions, inspiring keynote addresses, new business partnership, and many MOUs signed. We celebrate our history, opening Diriyah, the birthplace of the kingdom. And we welcome the future, announcing what will be one of the world's largest airports, King Salman International Airport. It has been the perfect example of collaboration, great conversation that are already leading to meaningful action. Just one example, the next in-travel event this afternoon, driving sustainability and technology in the sector, which I would encourage you all to attend. A true reflection of what the WTTC stands for. Above all, I hope you have experienced the real meaning of Saudi hospitality. In the kingdom, we call it hafawa. We understand that hospitality has the power to unlock authentic experience. It can set us apart. And I am happy to say that we will be launching the Hafawa Award to inspire, guide, and reward the very best hospitality delivering by our people to you all. It has been our privilege to welcome you all into our great country, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you very, very much.
Would you please welcome back to the stage the President and CEO of the World Travel and Tourism Council, Julia Simpson.
How do I follow that? I mean, I think when I first met His Excellency, Ahmed Al-Khateeb, I felt it the day I met him. And there is authenticity. And for me, he's the best embodiment of travel and tourism because of that authentic heart. That was such a wonderful, amazing speech. Thank you so much. Fantastic. And of course, like all good speakers, he's stolen all my lines. I had the numbers here, the ministers, the 50 ministers, 250 chief executives. The great thing is my numbers were even bigger than your numbers, because every time I look around, I've just welcomed the minister from Turkey. I thought, oh, there's another one I've got to add. Welcome. And Minister Sizulu and Minister Moroto. So they're still arriving. And thank you very much to the ministers among us. You've done an incredible job. And, you know, what can I say? this year's conference, it wasn't just the biggest, it has been the most sensational. For any of us, exactly. I mean, it's been the most sensational from the point of view of the venues, from the point of view of the events. How quickly can I put the word Enrique Iglesias into my conversation? I had a front row table and I thought, this is great, I'm going to see everything. And as soon as he appeared, it was 10 deep and mostly beautiful Saudi Arabian ladies. And that's it, I didn't see him again. So it's a tragedy, but there you are. And what an incredible country. I've been doing media interviews all day and they say, what do you say about this country? And you know when journalists, they keep asking you questions and you have to cut them off. They say to me, what do you think of this beautiful country? And I go on for 5 minutes and they go, okay, that's enough, that's enough. The Red Sea, Alula, the rewilding, the commitment, the drive, the passion, the people, the Haifa, the wonderful hospitality that we've had. It is incredible. And if you weren't a convert before you came here, I've been here 4 times as well, and I'm going to get here 40 times. I think it's incredible. Thank you. And, you know, we've also spoken about growth, which is really important. This sector is growing. It's going to grow here. Another thing I've been saying to journalists, and excuse me if Mark from the US government is in the audience because I'm going to cause you a lot of problems, because I've said, look at the wonderful numbers that Princess Haifa has been giving about growth in numbers. This country is going to end up with more visitors than the USA. That's what it's going to have, and it is going to happen. And we've also spoken about climate and that opportunity, the challenge, but the opportunity we have to grow our industry, but decouple it from the carbon that we create. I think listening to Ed was a very honest debate. This last debate has been very, very honest. It's been wonderfully Fawad, if I may say. The interview was very, very profound for those of you that were listening to it and could be in the hall, because I know we're all out, you know, cutting business deals and all the rest of it. But the thing was, it was a very, very profound conversation and very, very honest, and something that we really need to listen to. And you know what else? I've been kind of humbled by the drive and razor focus of your leadership, both, and Princess Haifa and your leadership, His Excellency. And I've been overwhelmed and touched by the generosity of our hosts, immense generosity. It's not about putting it into financial numbers, but you don't have to treat people with that level of generosity, but they have, and they've gone beyond. Again, I would like to give my thanks to my special speakers, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. What a wonderful, wonderful human being. Goodness, if I could have 1/10 of what he has in his heart, incredible. Lady Theresa May, strong, tough lady who had very, very difficult challenges and was very brave in her honesty of how hard it is to be a woman and to be at the top. And as I've said to Ed Norton, I think if there are any words that I want to leave you with, I would like to leave you with the words of our host. His Excellency, Ahmed Al-Khateeb, said, in the next decade, 1 in every 3 new jobs will be created in our sector. That is a lot of lives that we can change if we do this right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
So yes, there's a big game tonight, and we're all excited for it. Oh, I'm gonna get it. All right.
We have Mexican here.
I know. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna mess with her. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's almost impossible to get one of these now. You know, we had to search countries all over the world to finally get one, but we're very excited. So look, I want to first thank Julia. Julia, thank you so much for your leadership. You've been, you have big shoes to fill, and you filled them admirably. You've been a fantastic leader, and this is just yet another example of it. So thank you so much, Julia Simpson. Thank you. But I would also like to acknowledge Julia's predecessor, Gloria Guevara. Gloria, I know you have divided loyalties right now. Mexico, I understand. We also have, I don't know if the president is still here or not, but probably got some divided loyalties. He's here, President Conner. So some divided loyalties, but without Gloria and my predecessor, Chris Nacetta, with them not having laid the groundwork, we wouldn't be here today as WTTC. And Gloria, I can't thank you enough, both for your time in heading up WTTC, but also for the strong support you've lent all of this, you know, throughout the period of development. And so thank you very much. Look, this summit has indeed been an outstanding event in the history of outstanding events for WTTC. The sessions, the speakers, the many, M-A-N-Y, many, M-I-N-I, sound bites, I hope have given us here and those around the world that are watching some things to think about and some things to act on. I know they have for a number of us. I hope it has for everyone. Ever more frictionless travel, ever more enjoyable travel, ever more sustainable travel. And this summit, I believe, sends an important message to the world, and it's a resounding message that we have heard time and again from almost every delegate and every speaker here at this summit. Travel is indeed back, and you are proving it by being here, and thank you for being here. So to my friend, His Excellency Ahmed Al-Khateeb, and the whole Ministry of Tourism, to the many other highnesses and excellencies and the people of Saudi Arabia, thank you for your support, and I want to add mine to Julia's. Thank you for your gracious hospitality. It's been just overwhelmingly positive. To my friend Jerry Inzarello and His Royal Highness Prince Badir bin Saud, the events you hosted at Diriyah and Hitton Palace will be remembered forever by those who attended, and as well the many exhibitions, including the Giga Project exhibitions and the others presented here. But those events were fantastic and will be remembered forever, and thank you for that. Princess Haifa, thank you again. You've been so present here and so dominant in terms of the graciousness, and we are so appreciative of you and your efforts. And, you know, yes, I really want to point out again, not just for this summit, but for the last several years, you've been out in front for the world, making travel more frictionless, trying to get harmonization, trying to extend the collaboration between private and public sector. And you've been very successful at doing that, have become a leader in the world for all of us, and I really can't thank you enough, okay? And to our WTTC team, I have to point out, in addition to Julia, Maribel and Virginia, where are you? If you guys are here, please stand up. Stand up, Maribel. Virginia, where are you? Yeah. So Maribel and Virginia and their teams are the force. They've worked, year plus in this, and thank you all so much for making it very special for everyone. And I don't know how Maribel pulled it off, but somehow she got backstage with Iglesias, and I think that was the highlight for her, but it's all good. Okay, So I want to thank all the sponsors, of course. I mean it sincerely, thank you, and all of our partners, because without you, WTTC wouldn't be here. But finally, I want to thank all of you, our valued members, all the delegates, for being here and forwarding the important work of WTTC. So as we reach the end of our 2022 event, we are ready in planning for 2023, and now have the great honor of announcing our next host. So it's only fitting that our host for WTTC 2023 Global Summit will be a country that has made great advancements in sustainable tourism and is now a true pioneer in the climate agenda. Our next host for the 2023 WTTC Global Summit is Rwanda. So I hope to see you all there. I'm hoping for a victory tonight. The U.S. made it to the round of 16. We're pretty happy with that. I'm sure there'll be celebrations like crazy here or in Mexico. And thank you all so much. And I would now, it's actually my privilege, to welcome to the stage the Chief Executive of Rwanda Development, Claire Akamanzi. Claire, where are you? There she is.
Thank you. Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Mr. Arnold, Chairman, WTTC, Ms. Julia Simpson, CEO, WTTC, CEOs, Captains of Industry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the government of Rwanda, it is our great pleasure and honor to have been selected to host the 2023 World Travel and Tourism Global Summit in Kigali next year. We are truly elated. I would like to also express our appreciation to the government of Saudi Arabia, who through the Ministry of Tourism organized an outstanding summit. And Mr. Minister, you asked whether we experienced Hawafa. We truly experienced Hawafa, Saudi's distinct hospitality. Thank you. We have thoroughly enjoyed being here in the great city of Riyadh and have had very productive business engagements. We look forward to continuing the impactful work of WTTC when we meet in Rwanda. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, so are you ready to experience Africa next? I checked and I was told it's going to be the very first global summit in Africa, so we are truly excited. As you know, Africa is the most vibrant, richly endowed, and youthful continent in the world. And some of you may know, or may have heard, that my country, Rwanda, is known as the land of 1,000 hills. That is true. But what is also true is that there are 1,000 reasons that you should visit Rwanda and meet in Rwanda. But today, let me just share a few of those with you. First, it is very easy to travel to Rwanda. Did you know that all citizens of the world, irrespective of where you come from, can get a visa on arrival in Rwanda? And it is free of charge if your country is a member of the African Union, the Commonwealth, or the La Francophonie. Additionally, our national carrier, Rwandair, flies to major destinations in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Together with other global airlines like KLM, Qatar Airways, Turkish Airlines, Brussels Airlines, your journey to Rwanda will be seamless and smooth. Second, it is very safe to visit Rwanda, as attested by international indices, including the World Economic Forum. Most recently, Rwanda was ranked the 6th safest country for solo travelers. And yes, you heard right, 6th safest. Not in Africa, not among developing countries, but yes, 6th safest country to travel in the world. So feel free to carry your running shoes and explore our 1,000 hills with a morning or even evening run. Third, Rwanda is clean and green. We put nature at the forefront of what we do. Our capital city, Kigali, which will host you next year, has been recognized countless times for its sustainability efforts. We invest in nature by investing in our people. Communities living around our national parks receive 10% of national tourism receipts. This has enabled them to improve their livelihoods by building hospitals, schools, and other transformational projects. These communities, as a result, have become invaluable partners in the conservation of our parks. That's partly why Rwanda's mountain gorilla population increased by 26% in the last census and is no longer considered critically endangered by the International Union of the Conservation for Nature, IUCN. But as you pack your bags for Rwanda, please remember to leave any plastic bags and single-use plastics at home. They have been banned in Rwanda for the last 15 years. Fourth, come early and leave later. There is so much to see in Rwanda once you're done with the meetings, the serious part first. Experience and learn about our cultural heritage. Let us share with you our story of building a nation after a devastating history and under the leadership of His Excellency President Paul Kagame. See why and how strategic and bold choices can make a big difference in building a new chapter. And of course, don't miss our bucket list item, the magnificent mountain gorillas, or safaris with the Big Five in Akagera National Park, as well as nature tourism in Nyungwe National Park. Yes, you can experience all these in one country, our country. You will also enjoy beautiful lodges in the wild. Some of you know one and only Singita Wilderness Safari, but Rwanda is also home to other hotel global brands such as Marriott, Radisson, 4 Points by Sheraton, and soon Movenpick by Accor. Let us just say you will feel at home when you come to Rwanda. Lastly, if you decide to do so, it's also very easy to do business in Rwanda. The World Bank has ranked Rwanda the 2nd in Africa and the 38th in the world in the ease of doing business. You can register your business within 6 hours, online and free of charge. We are building Rwanda as a tech and an innovation hub for Africa. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, why Rwanda? Because we are a safe and progressive country. We are open for business and we mean business. We are an African destination for sustainable tourism that has both local communities and the traveler at the heart of our strategy. We are excited to welcome you to the World Travel and Tourism Council Global Summit in Kigali in 2023. We promise you a wonderful and Rwandaful. Welcome. So get ready, start to pack your bags, and next, let's visit Rwanda. Thank you.